Hello there, I see that you have come to a tutorial to teach you how to play Dead by Daylight. Well, I've got a big boy surprise for you. I am a DBD veteran, and I am willing to teach you how to play this godforsaken game. And by the end of this video, you'll know how to play this godforsaken game and teach your friends how to play it too, and act like a pro. And with that being said, let's get into it. Playing Dead by Daylight seemed very easy, right? Right? Wrong! Dead by Daylight is a fucking horrible masterpiece made up together. To play it, you'll need to go to hardship and through hardship to play this game. And by doing that, you'll be needing to do these things called generators. Now generators, they spawn in very, very random locations, which means you gotta go out and find them. But the killer will try and stop you. Now, let me teach you a thing or two about generators. While working on these generators, there will be these things called skill checks. Very basic, right? But what you don't want to do is fuck up. Now, fucking up is being into a 3-gen. Now, you don't want to go into a 3-gen because that makes it very easy for the killer to patrol all the generators and fuck you. Along with it, make sure while doing the generator, you look around, because not looking around is the biggest mistake of your life. Because there are these things called stealth killers in which you cannot hear their own heartbeat sometimes. So you got to really look around and pay attention. Now you don't want that. So what you want to do is carefully analyze all the generators and work with your mates inside of the games and do the gens, work on the exit, and escape. Generators are one thing, but surviving is one of the biggest factors in playing this goddamn game. Now, a factor in helping you survive is called looping. This is very essential to helping you win and get a successful match. Now, what you want to do is when you're looping, there will usually be a pallet. Use that pallet. Abuse everything. Now what you need to do once you get to a pallet, there will sometimes be a window. Abuse that too. Now when you're looping, hug the wall as much as you can. This will cause very little space to be between you and the killer, so then the killer cannot hit you and you can loop it for a bunch of rounds, as I am doing in this clip. Now when you do this, this will make you cause the killer to lose a bunch of time. This is exactly what you want, causing him to waste his own time, and so your other survivor buddies can get the generators done. Again, this is very essential. Please note this shit down and learn it. And another thing, when you get hit at a pallet, don't throw it down. That's just gonna waste the pallet. And what if someone else loops there and then they loop it and there's no pallet? That will really screw them over. So preserve as much pallets as you can, but don't die for them. Waste their time. Note this shit. Now using items are pretty basic. There's the toolbox, the medkit, the key, the map. But the flashlight, now that's a wild card. Now every item is pretty easy to use, considering the fact that you just have to hold one button and hit a couple skill checks. But with the flashlight, you have to have precise timing with the flashlight. You have to be one with the flashlight. You have to hit the flashlight. You have to time the flashlight. You have to make sure you have enough charges for the flashlight. It's just like everything has to be perfect in motion in order for you to actually get the flashlight safe. Now, I'm pretty sure most of you who come to DVD have come from either DLCs, YouTubers, and stuff like that. And another thing that I'm pretty sure about is that most of you want to use a flashlight and you want to clip it for your YouTube channel.
Randy Orton slithering. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
Definitely not me. But the flashlight saves are pretty easy. Here, I'll teach you how to use it. When you are proceeding to make a flashlight save, make sure you look directly at the killer's head, and then when you do, make sure they do a little thing with their shoulder, and that's the exact moment you start shining your flashlight. Do not do it too early, don't do it too late, because if you do, it will either blind them and not save them, or it will either just fail the flashlight save completely, in which you will waste your juice. So make sure you time it right. And if you time it just right, you should get this result. Another useful tip I like to use is that whenever a survivor is getting picked up, the second time they get up, they'll get picked up once, and then for some reason this killer will do another up. After they do the second up, make sure to wait a little bit and then flash your flashlight, and then you'll get it. That's a tip that I like to use a lot. Perks are another big majority of the game that can decide if you lose or win, but you shouldn't really rely on them because you need to rely on your own skill, but at the same time, perks are there to help you with the game. So it really depends which perks you're going for. At the same time, it also depends on which survivor you choose, not because of their abilities, but because of their perks. Now, I recommend you guys go for Meg or David. They both have some pretty good perks that you guys can use in-game. I recommend, for starters, Meg, because Meg has Adrenaline, Quick and Quiet, and Sprint Burst. Now, there are 2 free perks that I recommend that you get, and if you do get them, mix these perks up with Meg. Mix up Resilience, Sprint Burst, Adrenaline, and Spine Chill. This perk build is really good together, and I do recommend it. Or if you want to play David, you should run Tryhard, Resilience, Spine Chill, and then Kindred. These perks are really good together, the same with Megs, but if you want to be a little bit more altruistic, you should run Tryhard, Spine Chill, Resilience, and We're Gonna Live Forever. These perks are really good together as well, and if you want to know more info, you should probably read it and then try to understand how the build works. Alright, now let's talk about prestiging. Now what prestiging does is when you get to level 50 and then you level up once more, you get the option to prestige. Now you need 20,000 points, aka blood points, to prestige. Once you prestige, you get 3 of the survivor/killer's teachable perks, and you can get them on all the killers and survivors that you currently have. Pretty basic as that. Along with it, at level 9, you get all of the bloody clothing for them, which are new cosmetics that you can wear. Alright, so let's discuss the elephant in the room, aka tunneling and camping. Now, there is a built-in feature to where once you get unhooked, you get endurance and speed to get away from that specific hook. There is perks to enlarge that thing, which is BT, which is only available on Bill, and if you prestige him, then you'll get the perk for every. Though there are certain killers you cannot do anything against, like let's say Bubba. He's phase camping and there's a hook. Now if you don't know who Bubba is, he's a guy with a chainsaw and that instant downs you, and it goes left and right, and you can't do anything if he's phase camping. If this ever happens, do as much generators as you can. Don't let him get value out of the unhook. If there is a situation where you can unhook, so one of your friends have a flashlight, stuff like that, then go ahead. But in this case, don't go for save. Do as much gens as you can. If you've made it this far, congratulations! You are now a professional Dead by Daylight player, for the most part. You know all the basics, well, most of them at least, and you know how to play the game. Now take this knowledge and get your butt out there in the battlefield. There's still a lot to learn out there. But for now, make sure to like and subscribe, and go follow my socials, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.